Welcome to another edition of the Balking Dead. Not just another edition, the Sunday edition, where we talk about Sunday night baseball, and I bring in the man C-Mac with the pack. So, how you doing, my guy C-Mac with the pack? How's Sunday treating you? And how's life?
Yesterday, Friday was very good, but Saturday was made a huge day yesterday. Today's mediocre. That one over, we just talked about Red Sox Brewers. It's 4-2. So I was I didn't like any overs Sunday. I'm more of an unders guy, and we'll get to it in this game. But I need that. It's 4-2 Red Sox. So we'll see if I can get the over. But I'm pretty good. How you doing, my guy?
Oof, it's Sunday. I need one more strikeout from Nola to cash the first 30K, and we got another 30K. We're going to talk about this game. But if you haven't already, guys, go on over to Prize Picks. This show is sponsored by Prize Picks. Use promo code PubSports. Why? Your first match deposit up to $100. They got you. So, do us a favor, do you a favor, go use that promo code and smash the fucking like if you haven't. If you're in Twitter world, this video will end shortly. Hit the link, come join the crew and the chat and start throwing out your plays as well.
Sharpie,
They're already live up here. AOD, Mad Stoney, LJ from Houston, Nilo, my motherfucking guys. What up, though? What up, C-Mac?
Shout out to the chat, man. Just wanted to. You hit them already. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Yeah. Hit up your plays.
Gotta say hi. You got anything on these afternoon games before we talk night baseball?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Go ahead, Sean.
How many strikeouts did you need from Nola?
1.
How many total?
Needed 7 total.
Okay.
Am I there?
No, not yet.
God damn it, dude! You're getting me all hoped up for nothing. But yeah, let's talk about afternoon baseball.
Get it.
You got any action in this afternoon 1 o'clock slates or not? I do not. I do have some action in this Cub game, but I don't have nothing in the Dodger game or nothing going on later.
I do not either. I'll talk about it real quick. This start is very interesting to me. It got me Friday night. I had the team total with the Rockies. I was so pissed. Urias was good. He gave up those 2, got away with it, and then Kimbrel gave up 2 in the 9th, and I didn't get the 5th run. But I went right back to it yesterday. I took him to win and the team total, and it got there. But this is, I think, a pretty big start. I talked about Gonson. I was a little worried. Inning creep up. You know, he was so dominant, so good, even on the road. I'd be leery of him in Coors. I mean, he could go out and pitch 6 strong, but I'd be leery of him going down the stretch here. So that game's tough. I'd lean on the Rockies again. Their team total is 4.5. It was plus 105. That was just a lean. And sure, you can look at a ton of hitter props, but in Coors, the hitter props aren't very good, especially on jacks and stuff. Real low. And those one game I wanted to touch on, I'm not on size of totals. Texas has been good the first days I stayed off. I don't want that game Sunday, but with these 2 pitchers, there could be runs. Dane Dunning has been not so good on the road, but not too bad lately. And I don't want anything with the Angels with Detmer. But this Twins game is interesting here. I like a couple of hitter props. Correa's only 8 for 41. No doubles or homers off Manaya. You know what? So because of that, his over 1.5 bases is plus 120. I think he gets it if he's in the lineup today. I didn't even check that because I haven't bet it. But that was one I looked at. And Buxton's 2 for 6. Obviously, a jack the other day. His over 1.5 bases was minus 105. I think that's a little bit of a steal. You're not getting plus money on it. But those 2 guys stood out to me in hitter props in the afternoon games if you want to get after it. And, yeah, they're both in the lineup, 1-2. So look at those guys in the Twins-Padres game, Bundy and Aya.
I see someone asking about the weather out here in San Diego, guys, and it's no bullshit. It's like 70 degrees overcast. Like compared to what it's been the last few weeks, it's a nice change. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, more rain here in Vegas. It's poured just a couple hours here. Most rain I've seen in years.
Man, well,
10 years.
Then it's on our way, and we need some of that good water out here in California. We got 22 live. Smash the like, hit the share, hit the retweet, and let's get into this Sunday night baseball. Cubs and Giants, 62 degrees with 11 miles per hour out with the 4 p.m. start time Pacific. First 5 is Giants minus 200. Chicago Cubs are at a plus 150. And it's juiced to the under 4. When I wrote the number, it might have moved to a 3.5 now. I don't know. It was a minus 125 when I wrote it down early this morning. And the full game is Giants minus 195 with the Cubs at a plus 160, 7.5 juice to the under. We got two pitchers. We got Adrian Sampson versus my guy, your guy, all of our guys, Carlos motherfucking Rodon. Adrian Sampson's 0-1 with the 3.20 ERA coming off of his longest outing of the year. He went 7 innings versus Pittsburgh, and he only ended up with 3 strikeouts in that game. He's not a big strikeout guy, and he's gone 6 starts this year. And in those 6 starts, he's only given up 3 earned runs or more 2 times, given up more than 3 earned runs 1 time. So the guy's been pretty damn solid, and when the numbers match up for him, he's done exactly what he's supposed to except strike him out. Even when the strikeout percentage says to play him, the guy tends to not hit it. He gets it just by being out there as long as he's been out there. So he's going up against a team right now in the Giants. They're walking 8.5% league average, striking out 22.7% league average, 208 average with a 611 OPS and an ISO of 116. This team is just not hitting the fucking ball from the right-handed side. And now we're getting Samson's K-prop at 4 plus minus 106. It's 3 at Prize Picks, and his 3's at a minus 240, and his fantasy scores at 22.5. We'll talk about him a little more in depth when we get into it, but his problem, and I picked it up in the Dodgers game watching him, guys, is he's one of those rare breed of pitchers who gets better second and third time through the lineup. Most of the time, pitchers have a problem second and third time through the lineup. No, his problem is the first and second fucking inning, the first time through the lineup, guys. He has a 6 ERA in the first inning and a 4.5 in the second. If he gets out those 2 innings, this guy is going to go on cruise control. So if you're one of those live bettors and you have live access at K-props, I'd actually look to live bet him here in this spot. Just make sure he gets out the first time through the lineup, and expect good things to happen. He adapts well being longer in the game. So definitely something sneaky I picked up on him while watching the Dodgers game. And when I look at the numbers, it tells exactly what they were talking about. This guy just gets better second and third time through the lineup. Man, I don't care too much about that guy, dude. God. Got my hopes up for just nothing right there. I'm like staring at him like, did he put a wrong jersey on him?
Real quick, let me touch on your Samson.
Yeah.
This guy, I love the stat on that. I noticed that as well. And I think at some point, this guy just gets by because, his barrel contact, he doesn't strike out a ton. He doesn't walk a ton. He's just so bland. This guy just seems to go 5 and give up 2 or 3. This year, he kind of did it last year, and now he's in the 3rd spot in this rotation. Basically, the rest of the year, Hendricks is out. They got to have a few guys out, so he's going to be pitching here, and I can't really figure him out. He's been consistent, so that leads me to an under. We'll get in that later, but I wouldn't want to touch his K-prop or anything like that. I mean, he's gotten 5 once against the Brewers July 6th. But I think he gets hit. But I don't know if he gets hit tonight. And we talked about the weather. It's kind of a chilly night in San Francisco. So, high 50s. So I think the bats could be cold. But who knows? Could be wrong.
I think Samson goes out in deals tonight. Like, realistically,
he might.
I'm just worried about that first and second inning. But this Giants team, it's like they've given up, bro. One thing I learned watching them versus the Dodgers, bro, they just didn't have that like they were just going through the motions.
Yeah.
Jock Peterson's now on the IL, got a concussion a day ago. Their all-star isn't even on their team. This team just knows they're not going to quit because that's just not in the Giants. They're just going to go through the motions, and that's just what it seems like they're doing right now. They're just going through the motions. Their bullpen's falling off. We'll talk about that later on too, but this is strictly this is a Cubs or I like the under 2, just haven't betted. What I did bet, and we'll get into that on sides and totals after I talk about my guy Rodon, is I bet the Giants to score first here at minus 115. I already told you Samson's issues is the first and second inning. Well, Carlos Rodon, then let's talk about him. 8-6 with the 3.18 ERA in 20 games. He has 148 strikeouts in 116 innings. That's beautiful. That's something we look for. What's not good, guys? 116 innings. He's only pitched 132 one time since 2017. So the guy is going to start to get to be reined back a little bit if he hasn't been already. And there's been a few times where I've told you on this show to be very careful because of that. He is not going to go past 100 pitches often. He won't go past 6 innings often because he is a strikeout pitcher. And I won't even look to bet on him after that 30 innings past where he's been career-wise, because then your arm tends to become a noodle. You're just at a spot you've never been in your life. They baby these fucking pitchers from day one, and now they want to tell you to go. Yeah, well, I'll watch that shit. I'm not going to bet on it, but I've got at least 30 more innings to go with Carlos Rodon, and he gets a team right now that is struggling. There's 6.7 walk percentage, striking out 24.1% of the time with a 712 OPS and an ISO of a 197. What up?
Oh, nothing. I agree. Their strikeout rate versus lefties was good. Keep rolling, brother. Go ahead.
I thought I heard something, and I'm just hallucinating, I guess. Damn it. ISO is 197. So the only good thing the Cubs are doing, guys, is hitting when they do hit versus a lefty. It is a home run every now and again. So you are in Giant Stadium where the wind says it's 11 miles per hour out. Well, it's 60 degrees at game time. And let me tell you, when that wind hits the water and shoots back to the stadium, it does a weird fucking thing there, guys. At the end of the day, it's weird. You need to hit line drives. Pop-ups aren't going to go out with that 11 miles per hour. It's a fake 11, guys. You need to hit line drives to get the ball out the park. So Giant Stadium, with them playing on that seafront, guys, you've got to pay attention to how the wind plays off the water. And it's a weird little swirl it does. It shoots it back into the stadium. So, yeah, definitely something to pay attention to. Both bullpens, guys. Cubs have been elite over the last month. 6 with a 2.77, where the Giants have been just straight trash. 29th with a 5.74. No run first inning is at a minus 150 in this game. So definitely won't be looking at no juiced out minus.
Yeah. What do you think about a bet real quick? He's talked about Sampson then. That he could maybe give it up. Maybe run first inning, which isn't. I'm just throwing it out there.
It'd have to be plus money because it's minus 150 to the yes. And
I thought you said the other way around. I thought you just said to the no.
No run is minus 150, so the yes run should be plus money.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
I mean, if anything, he's gonna give up a home run. He can give up a hit or two, but I don't know. I just think Giants score first. I think I've got mass action at a guy who's got a problem in the first time through the lineup. So until he corrects it, I'm gonna have to try to pick on it. But are you looking at anything sides and totals?
Let's talk about sides and totals. I don't want anything here really. This price is too big with the Giants. There's no way I could take this, and I don't want a run line. This game could be very tight. You know what I mean? The first few games were. Last night it was 5-4. And what Rodon are we going to get? He's finally been leaking oil. Both starts were on the road, Dodgers and D-backs. We talked about how they were hitting and even hitting lefties just a few minutes ago. But he's back home where he's been dominant. 2.05 ERA. You got through all that stuff. Yeah, the Cubs strike out against lefties. All year they've been middle of the pack. They were a lot better early on in the year against them. But I want to get to – we'll talk about it later because I agree. Even if he gets touched a little bit, I think your K-prop on him is where to go because that's the spot I'd look for him. He's only been a few times where he hasn't got more than 7. So that's where I'd look.
Yes, sir. Well, speaking of, we got to talk props then, and let's talk props, guys. I am on Carlos Rodon, 8+ strikeouts, over 7.5 at minus 148 is the juice that I got him at. And on Price Picks, that's where they have him is at, and that's for a push. And to get 9 was at a minus 106. I'd rather pay the juice because there's the magic number is 7 with him. He gets 7+ every game. But when I dig through these numbers of these Cubs, guys, they are striking out at a number that's just not good. It's not super great to play against, but I've got a really vicious memory of what Clayton Kershaw and Julio Urias and Tyler Anderson, and even Tyler Anderson ain't an ace, but what ace lefties have done to this team, guys, they've racked up them strikeouts, guys. So at the end of the day, he's getting a nice spot in a team who's only hitting 220. They're striking out 24% of the time. That's not good. and they're walking 6.7. That is terrible. If you're not going to be patient versus Carlos Rodon, you could be in for a hell of a long fucking night. So I am on him with a full unit bet. He is the Dirty K of the show, and that is my play of the day on that prop wise. But we got to talk props, and you got anything hitting wise to talk about before I talk about one or two?
Yeah, I got a few. Man, there's nobody. You could look at Contreras. Obviously, we'll see if he gets traded here shortly. I don't know if he does. The guy I want, I don't love him as much. Batting right-handed, 8-game hitting streak snapped yesterday. Is Ian Happ. He's in the 3-hole. There you go.
Thank you, baby Jesus. I fucking do this shit. But yeah, you guys should already know that. Catch the first Dirty K of the day, and now we're gonna get Rodon in tonight too. So let's fucking go.
I agree. Anyways, over is half a base here. It's minus 150. That's a ton of juice. If you don't mind the juice, take it. If not, take the 1.5. You could probably get plus 130. But from the Giants side, the only guy I want to look at is Luis Gonzalez. This guy is in the 2-hole. He's been swinging a really good bat. Hit a jack last night. And before that has been playing well. He's at almost 290 now. I like him at the top of the hole there, and I think, and you could take his over half, but his 1.5 plus 135. I think if you want some plus money, that's the guy I'm zeroing in on here with the Giants. So those were my 2 hitter props here. I'm not going to go crazy with jacks when I don't think there's going to be many tonight. So that's it.
Zeroed in on my guy Jock Peterson, and then found out he was on the fucking IL with a concussion after I wrote everything down on that piece of shit. But that's just even better, bro. I really expect a good game from Adrian Sampson, and don't hate anybody looking at that Cubs first 5 type X plus money. I'll look to live bet it once he gets through the first 2 innings. If it's still 0-0, I'll grab some Cub action, knowing that the guy's going to settle down. And yeah, I am on Carlos Rodon strikeout prop too. So the one header that I've got to talk about, and I talk about it every time versus a lefty, guys, is Ian Happ. He's 2+ bases, is at plus 102. He just fucking destroys lefties compared to righties. And at the end of the day, he's a beast. He's hitting 346 versus lefties compared to 260, with a 418 slugging versus righty and a 510 slugging versus lefties. His OPS goes from a 770 up to a 920. This guy just loves him some lefty pitching. And
yeah,
Carlos
power-wise, though, hasn't been there this year. That's all I mean. Power-wise, his righty numbers hasn't been there much, but hits more jacks lefty. But yeah, swinging it well. That's why 8-game hitting streak. It was snapped. I think you jump right back on him.
Yeah, I'm just like Hap's a guy that I always look at versus lefties, and we got a big ballpark. He's being traded soon. This guy's been an all-star all fucking year, and when you're a 2-pitch pitcher and you're a hitter as good as Hap and as good as Contreras is, guys, you're going to get on 1 out of 3 times. That's just what the good pitchers do and good hitters do in baseball, bro. You get a hit 1 out of every 3 times. Baseball is a game of failure, guys. The best hitters get a hit 3 out of 10 times. Not everybody's the best, guys. So we're talking 2 out of 10 for the most part. And it's a game of failure, guys. You got to be able to take failure to be good at this sport. So we ain't failures on this show. We cash shit. So let's get to a fucking commercial and give you guys our best bets for the day. Yeah, shout out to the chat, guys. Smash the like if you already have it. 40+ on a Sunday. I appreciate you guys showing up. when you have better things to do, when you have families to do. And to the ones who post messages about me cursing, go watch another fucking show. I'm not that dude, guys. They don't pay me enough money to watch my mouth. They pay me to be me. And that's the best part about pub sports is, yeah. Woo! And then shout out to everybody. Come tomorrow. We got a brand new song premiering, world premiere song coming from your guy, Underrated, who be in the chat all the time, formerly from Potluck, guys. We've got a show for the Balking Dead. We've got a song for the Balking Dead. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow for the world fucking premiere of Fuck the Bookies by Underrated. So let's get to it, guys. Let's get into some best bets. And C-Mac, what you looking at for tonight?
Real quick, AOD. I'm not betting that game. I don't know if Sharpie has anything on that. I mean, I'd only be on Texas. I just can't back Dunning. I don't want to do it. Seager's down a lineup, but we know how the Rangers hit lefties well. Detmers does pitch wetter at home. If I had a free play, it'd be them or nothing. There's no way I'm taking the Angels to answer his question. For me, this game is makes me want to vomit. I love your Rodon K-prop. I'll be on that as well. I lean to the first 5 under 4. Problem is it's minus 120. I'm not that crazy, but that's what I'd be on the total. And you mentioned it. I got to take Hap. Give me over his 1.5. I agree with you there. We both talked about him. But my guy plus money, Luis Gonzalez, not half. Give me over 1.5, plus 135. I think my guy rips a double or something. So Luis Gonzalez, my best bet, over 1.5 bases.
Yeah. Well, my best bet, if you don't know, it's the fucking thing that's dirty. It's the thing that's going to pay us. It's the thing that's going to get you some new school clothes and some new shoes for your kids. Carlos Rodon, 8 strikeouts, is at minus 148, and that's what I'm on. Getting a team walking 6.7%, striking out 24% of the time with a 220 average, 712 OPS over their last 200 plate appearances versus lefties. And this ain't no everyday lefty, guys. This is Carlos Rodon. The end of the day, he's going to cash us some tickets. Now, am I betting him to not get fucking some runs or two? I actually think he goes out and deals, and I lean to the under as well. I'm just not on it. I am on.
Yeah.
Giants do score first at minus 115, but my best bet is Rodon's K prop. That is my best bet. That's what I bet the most money on, and that's what I win the best at. So you probably should bet the most money on it if you do win. I see you out in the chat. I don't bet on shitty teams. I don't even break down every game. I don't believe in breaking down every game. I think you could find an advantage in every game. And if you find an advantage in every game, you're going to end up betting it, thinking it's an advantage. And I've come to master about 60 pitchers and learning when to stay off of them and when to play them. Now, do I bet unders? No, but more often than not, I'm right on not playing their over. So I'm just pretty good at betting on the guys that do strike people out. I've taken 45 pitchers in the MLB in the top strikeouts. I track them, and then I add in the pitchers that I like to bet on, guys that get pulled up like Shane Baz, certain guys throughout the year who get put in, and they see some action in my book. But if you're not striking somebody out more than 1 per inning, I'm not even looking at you guys. At the end of the day, that's just not for me. I'm betting on strikeout props, guys to strike people out. It came back into action the other day when I needed it. I was on Garrett Cole. He had 6 fucking strikeouts and 1 inning left. And I preach that I bet guys that can strike out the side. So at any given time I'm behind, I can get out there with a dubski, guys. And what did Garrett Cole go do? He ended with 9 strikeouts in that Royals game, struck out the side to cash me that bitch. And I stick to my rules, guys. And Carlos Rodon is one of those dudes where we could be sitting at 5 strikeouts in 4 innings, and this dude just walks out there and strikes out the fucking side. So no matter, you can be behind, you can be ahead, you're never feeling out of it with a guy like Rodon. And those are the type of guys I like to bet. Now, did I break down Manaea today? No. He is in my book, but I found advantages in other games, and that's where I attacked. I don't just, like I said, I can't break down every game unless it screams at me. And this team versus lefties don't just scream at me to play it. So there is times I do play Manaea, but I need their whiff percentage to be high. He doesn't walk a lot of people, so you need people to swing inside the zone missing a lot. So that's the way you want to attack it with him, in my opinion. So Shout out to the chat. Smash the fucking like if you haven't, because you probably should already have, because we just bring you winners. And this is the best hitting prop guy I fucking know. So I bring him here every Sunday, and I think he's hit every Sunday. Knock on fucking wood. Not trying to put you on blast here, but you're on some absurd pace in giving hitting props.
Yeah. We missed a few, but we try to bring it, especially a game like this.
Every Sunday and missed a few. Yeah. Okay, bro. Like a 70% clip rate at least, and that's like I'm being nice, bro. So you really do this shit, bro. At the end of the day, I'm honest as fuck. Like, I bet strikeout props a lot more than what I put on my fucking hitting props. I put the least amount of money on my hitting props, the most on K props, and I'm in the middle on my sides and totals. So at the end of the day, that's where I trust my bets, and I track all of my bets. So if I'm not winning at a crazy percent, why am I going to put as much money on that? And by tracking my bets, I've realized I can bet minus 160 K props because I win over 60% over the last 3 years. So I can beat that juice and pay myself at the end of the day by losing, because you got to pay yourself if you're losing fucking juice, guys. At the end of the day, you're not going to be profitable betting minus 110 lines and winning 50% of the time. You got to win 55% of the time at minus 110. And how often are they giving us minus 110 on K props, guys? For fucking 3%? Get out of here. Like that, we ain't betting that. We're betting real juice, betting K props. So you should track your bets, guys, and make sure you're winning at a good enough rate to bet that juice. If the juice goes past what your win rate percentage says to bet it, stay the fuck off, guys. Start setting rules. Start being a better capper. Start learning. Not saying I'm the greatest, but I've done learn from a lot, and I've got a little black book, and this little black book's been good to me, guys. And so shout out to you guys. C-Mac, you got anything to say to these guys before we dip?
No, I appreciate you. I love coming on here, breaking down the Sunday night baseball game. And like you said, shout out to the chat. I'm sure you'll hit him again. And you're the K-prop master, as I always said. Follow this man. He hits K-props like you can't believe. And check out his little black book. And I got to say, you want to check out tomorrow. I know Sundays are always a tough day. We come on here. There's no baseball. There's one fucking game, yada, yada. Check this man out tomorrow. Mondays, he crush it. And maybe there's a little something on its way tomorrow on this show that you guys can't miss. So check out tomorrow, my guy Sharpie here. 310.
I'm going to tell you straight up, you should probably miss it if you're at work or near somewhere where there shouldn't be curse words. Parental advisory. This is a Sharpie song. This is a song made for Sharpie. And I'm not that guy who watches what he says. Why? Because I don't have to. I pay my own bills. And Pub Sports lets me be me. So if you want some dude in a suit and tie, go over there to Cack Attack and buy their fucking packages, or else tune into me, and I'm going to keep fucking winning, and I'm going to keep cursing, and you're going to watch this show. So until fucking next time, without the chat, I ain't shit. You guys fucking rock. I love every fucking one of you. Tone Miggins, Mad Stoney, I'm about to be right behind you. MMA Locker Room, I appreciate everything you do for us and for fucking Pub Sports. And if you haven't, guys, go on over to Prize Picks. Use that promo code what? Pub Sports. Why? Because your first match deposit up to $100, they got you. Not just that, guys. It's like smashing the like button 100 times. It's like hitting the share button 5,000 times. Every time you sign up with a promo code, it helps Pub Sports like none other. So if you want to say thank you in a way that, most people fucking can't, go use your fucking wife's name if you already signed up. Go use someone's name. Say, Sharpie, I appreciate you. Here you fucking go. So until next time, let's pull them cheeks back. Tune in tomorrow. World premiere of the song Fuck the Bookies by Underrated. A song about Sharpie bets.